I was recently in Tesco's, and what I thought, as I was walking inside Tesco's, I genuinely thought this was the worst place on earth for shopping, right? First of all, you might be asking me like, well, yes, why are you saying that? I always shop at Tesco's. Tesco's is my favourite. Mate, there's other stores. You got Morrison's, which is way better than Tesco. First of all, I walked into Morrison's and I saw, the self-paying machine. It was higher quality than the Tesco crap that they sell you. Legit. Or the Tesco says, sorry, item not found. Mate, I put the bloody item in the weighing area. It's not my fault my piece of bread weighs 0.2 grams and your machine can't even find out what it means. Seriously. Second of all, Tesco recently is getting even more worse, right? Okay? So first of all, it started out with the scandal about horse meat. 2 years ago, horse meat. They were selling horse meat in their meat. And it turned out they were importing it from Poland. And this store is so hell-bent on saying everything is British. Why didn't it not say that it's from Poland? Who knows? And they were selling horse meat in the meat. And people weren't batting an eye until a couple of years ago when all the supermarkets apparently claimed so, except for Morrison's. Big up Morrison's right here. Morrison's up here ain't the sponsor, but I'll send you the link to their promo ads and everything down here where my hands are. Right? Big up Morrison's. So you're the true G of Britain, mate. You're British. That's what Morrison's are, right? And it started with that. And then it started with Tesco's doing 0-hour contracts. You know what that means? That means that you're not guaranteed any shifts. That means that you have to work like a horse, get knackered down like a horse, but still not get paid. That's even more worse. You know what tipped me off about Tesco's? When I applied for a job, mate, I just left school when I applied for a job and they rejected me. You hearing me, Tesco? They need to sort their priorities out. Legit. The worst, even more worse thing about Tesco's is that as soon as you walk into Tesco's, there is not, well, I'm saying this from the Tesco's in my area, there is not a single English person on the tills. You either have Nepalese people who literally don't even know how to speak English, just have the basics. So all they can say is, how are you? And that is it. And then they scan your item, alright? I don't have a beef with foreign people or anything like that, as you can tell by my skin colour. But the only problem is when I can't communicate with you in a clear way. Instead, I don't want to, when I ask for the item, how much it is, I don't want to know how you are. I don't care about that. And second of all, what I realised is that some of their management are crap, right? It is seriously rubbish. I went to return an item, if I remember, it was a Rubik's Cube. My little brother played with the Rubik's Cube and didn't solve it. So I went to return it, yeah. In a normal store, they would return the item being like, okay, fair enough, you wanted to do that. Tesco's are like, no, you can't do that. So you know what? Tesco could shove it up themselves. Tesco's is the worst store in Britain. And what makes it worse is it's not even British, it's owned by an American company. So how can you claim to be British if the Walmart family, whatever they are, have their headquarters over there? You know, like legit, I don't understand why you can stand here and claim that Tesco's is British. Tips me over the boat about Tesco's is when you go into the store, the prices on the shelf are completely different online. Like, why? Just why? I remember this was 2 years back. They were selling the 4th generation iPod. I went in store and all the stores around my area were selling it for, if I remember right, £150. Well, it was basically £149.99. I don't even know why they do that as well. They're retarded for doing that. But Tesco's was the odd one out for selling it for £125. You might be like, oh, Esan, stop being cheapskate. Every little counts according to these retards. If they had a single brain cell or a neuron in their brain, they would understand to stick by their motto. Every little counts. Every little counts. And you know what that means? Every little penny counts. Alright, now you might be like, okay, yes, and now that you've done your rant. Okay, I want to talk to Tesco's properly, okay? I understand that Tesco's is a multi-billion company and it's got millions of stores throughout the UK. I'm not bashing it. All I'm saying is it needs to improve its management. How it is run. who it hires and how the customer service is. Tesco's can be a brilliant store, but it's not being a brilliant store right now. And that's my beef with Tesco's. See you later.